The Deltarune cafe situation is wild. The cafe incident is quite funny, but a bit sad. I was excited for it. Yeah, well, I know nothing about what happened here. I know nothing. All I know is that, like, people got really sick. And the thing is, if you've ever had food poisoning, it is one of the worst things a human can experience. For the first hour, you're scared that you're gonna die, and then for the second hour, you're scared that you're not gonna die. I've had food poisoning about 3 times in my life. Oh my god. It is so fucking awful. Like, genuinely, I don't wish it on my worst enemy.
Please support the many artists who are part of the Deltarune Cafe. Link to a list of them in the description, and please do not harass anyone involved in this event.
Yes.
On June 26, 2026, niche fandom events organizers Sugar Packet, who specialize in arranging meetups in the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, release a fan event interest forum 2 days after the release of Deltarune Chapter 5 to gauge how likely an event like this could occur. 3 days later, they announce an interest forum for artists where they can sell their merch or Sugar Packet can sell their...
Okay, like, the concept of this is quite cool. I think this is, like, really, really cool when things are like this. Like a whole bunch of people coming together to, like, share a common interest. Like, I think that's really sick. I know that, like, okay, so in South Africa, we don't really have that many conventions. We have, like, Comic-Cons, but I've never been to one. But I have been to 1 or 2, like, nerd fests. Like, that kind of thing. And, like, while, yeah, it is, like, there's lots of AI and, like, oh, I love 3D printed dragons. I do think something like this is really cool. And, like, honestly, make the video a little bit louder. Okay, I can. And honestly, I would really, like to go to something like this. I would really like to go to something like this in my life. Like, there's a, what's it, like a Deltarune... Oh, not there's like an Undertale symphony, like, going on at the moment. The video sound is too low. Okay, I'll fix that, don't worry. Well, not going on at the moment, but there is a, like, an Undertale symphonic thing. I'd love to go to that in my life. That would be so sick.
For them, on location for the Deltarune event they're planning. Sugar Packet announces the theme for this Deltarune event, kimonos and cafes. They also show off these acrylic standees you can pre-order. It's announced, quote, "Through the power of flowers, your father and I bringing you a kimono cafe experience like never before, like a maid cafe but more chapter 5 appropriate. This is an event of atmosphere, sick soul service, and food and drink straight from Green's kitchen. The hope of our 5 excellent servers should be enough for such predictable creatures as yourself, but let me tell you what else we have in store. The other things they have in store is an artist alley, immersive interactions with servers, a photo booth, a raffle, and more. This whole cafe service will cost $15.
Yeah, like, lots of you guys are talking about the, lots of you guys are talking about, like, that like, orchestra. I'd love to go to something like that. That would be so fucking sick. It would be so cool. Is that Among Us? Where are you seeing Among Us? Huh? Like, what? I didn't hear about this thing before I heard what a mess it was. Well, like, yeah, unfortunately, like, the thing is, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't really know how this, all, like, transpired. All I know is that people got really sick. And the unfortunate thing is, like, now, like, going forward, even though, like, the intentions of this were probably really good, unless it was, it doesn't seem like a scammy thing. It just seems like a bunch of people wanting to come together to share a common interest. But the problem is, like, now going forward, I wouldn't be surprised if people only remember this event for this incident. But then also, there is a chance that, like, future events, their reputation can be a little bit marred. It's kind of like, I don't know, like those really bad, like, furry festivals, I guess. Like, what's the one, like, Rainforest? And, like, ever since then, there's just, like, quite a bad, not stigma. Okay, well, maybe stigma attached to them. That, like, it will just, like, be really, really bad. Yeah, this really seems like a passion project. Well, like, yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. And I think it really sucks that something like this happened, you know? I'd love to know, like, how it happened, though.
50-minute reservation, and it'll happen on August 9th from 12 to 7 p.m. But in another area, there's a free Deltarune hangout space with an artist alley display / shop, a live playthrough of Deltarune Chapter 5, and mysterious winds.
I think the effort was genuine, but they were too unprofessional. Well, that is the thing too. Like, I think what might happen is that in concept, like, these kind of things are really, really cool. Because, I mean, it is cool, like, getting a bunch of people who like the same things as you all together, and you can, like, talk and yap and waffle about, like, your interests. Your interest. But, like, the thing is, like, the idea versus putting it into practice, that is... I mean, it's a mammoth task, like, setting something like this up, you know? It's just such a hard... Like, I haven't really, like, set up, like, events in my life, but I know people that do. And it is so much work. It is ridiculous. I've seen it firsthand. It's so fucking insane. Especially when it came to the food department. Well, like, yeah, you have to be so careful with food. Like, you just, like, like, food, especially, like, what kind of food you're serving. So if you're doing, like, meat or, like, fruit, like, perishable goods, you have to be so careful with that type of stuff. Because, like, if one thing goes wrong, then, like, everything else can, like, be, like, really, really, really fucked. Like, it's, like, so... like, speaking of, like, food and stuff in general, right? So, my fiance, it sounds so cool saying that. My fiance, really cool thing, she's a scientist, which is really, really sick. And she's very involved in, like, biochem and microbiology and that type of stuff. And, oh my god, like, there's so much shit that can go wrong with food. And she's told me about so much stuff. It is so insane. Congratulations on the engagement. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But, like, holy fuck. It's I know. I knew you people were gonna say this in chat. As soon as I say the word scientist, Goster, the peak is gonna marry Goster. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew that you were gonna say that.
Love the subtle foreshadowing. Okay, so 5 servers. You have 5 servers for an event that encourages immersive...
Oh, fuck. Was it 5 people total? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, this is, like, screams of something that was kind of underprepared. It doesn't seem like some, it doesn't seem like some malicious thing. Like, what was the thing a couple years ago? The Willy Wonka experience, or whatever it was. That was just a money-making scam, where it's like, oh dear, it's the unknown. Like, that type of shit. That was like a money-making scam. This just seems like, unless something else happens that we find out later on in this video, it just kind of seems like the scope of what they were trying to do kind of just ran away and they weren't able to compete. Because, like, lots of people really like Deltarune. Especially in places like your big cities. Like, where lots of people are. So, like, UK, Canada, America, Australia, like that type of stuff. In South Africa, like where I am, like lots of people like it, but like there wouldn't be able to be a fan convention, or like a fan cafe. So only having 5 people, it's just, Pro's wife is shattered across time and space.
Interactions with servers, that's less than the number of flowers there are in Chapter 5, which is worrying, especially for an event that'll last 7 whole hours. And how this post ended was probably the greatest indicator of how it would end up going. The hangout space and the cafe will have their own separate rooms in a building for the University of Toronto, meaning the venue for this event won't be at a restaurant or cafe with a kitchen, it'll be at 2 college rooms with the kitchen as a canteen. Can't wait to go. The merch
wait, hang on. So where is that? The hangout is open for anyone, regardless of whether you're going to the cafe or not. It'll be in the room 5170 of whatever that is, OIS, while the cafe is in room... Oh, I thought this was in like a restaurant or something, but it's not. It is just in... Is this like university dormitories, or is this, or are these like lecture rooms? Does anybody know? Are these like lecture rooms, or is this like someone's dorm? Because that is quite scary. If it's someone's dorm, I can't imagine it's very, very spacious. But if it's like a lecture theater, like lecture theaters can be really fucking big. Like especially your big lecture halls. No, it was just a room. It was sort of an empty space in the uni. Oh, okay. Imagine it was just some dude's home. Like, yeah, you can just come to my house. They are just rooms in a uni. Okay, like, well, it's kind of like maybe it okay, like office. Okay, so maybe it was like small-ish rooms. I think is what. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it just it's either what I think it might be is it may have just been like empty-ish room, but what I think this might be, it might just be like empty ass rooms that were like that could be lecture rooms, I guess. Like I had that a little bit in university when I was there. You have your big lecture, you got your big lecture theaters, right? Especially the one university I went with before I moved to the other one I went to. You have like your massive ass rooms, and then you've got like your smaller ones, which like we had tutorials, right? And tutorials would be in these like really dusty, moldy, decrepit ass soggy rooms. It was fucking awful. But then we would go to like this expanse of a room. It was just huge. Like you could fit like 200 people in there. So, but I mean, if there's two rooms, it makes me think that it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe they're like right next to each other. Maybe it's even like a study room or like a conference room. I don't know.
With the kitchen as a canteen. Can't wait to go. The merch catalog for the cafe is released, and there is a lot of it. There's also 3 options to buy the merch. By pre-ordering with the Square app and just getting the merch under your name in the hangout room, buying merch in the cafe room alongside your food, and buying merch at the Artist Alley shop in the hangout room through this code system. They also release a menu for the food that'll be served in the cafe.
Why the fuck is Goss there on a Sunday? That's actually really fucking sick, low-key. If I was there, I'd buy one of these. That's so fucking cool.
Including takoyaki, which is pictured here with a screenshot of normal NPC and various flower drinks. Cute. So that's pretty much all the setup for this event. It seems pretty shaky, and there's a lot of ways it can go wrong, but I'm sure it will...
Yeah, it just seems willfully unprepared. As I said, it seems like these guys had a really cool idea of what they wanted to do, but the scope of it just ran away. Like, this is the type of thing that you can't just be like, okay, like one weekend. Like, I know there was, what, like 40 days? So it's kind of like a month and a bit. But it does just seem like the scope of what happened, it just seems like the scope ran away from them, unfortunately.
Fine, right?
The event. Okay, here we go.
Deltarune Cafe was a failure. Okay, so before I get...
No! Can we get an F in the chat for the Deltarune Cafe? Please. Rest in peace, Deltarune Cafe. It was a failure. It is so tragic. It is so over. The guys, well, maybe it was in the shelter. What would you look like in the dark world? I don't know. I'd probably have a big ass nose. I don't know. Yes, this is really, really sad. F in the chats for the Deltarune Cafe.
To this, let me read off this entire... Deltarune Cafe was a failure. Okay, so before I get to this, let me...
Okay, I don't know what that is. That kind of looks like evil, ominous balls.
Let me
what
read
is
off
that?
this entire Instagram post because I think everyone who's heard of the situation hasn't read what Super Packet themselves had to say. Not saying I'm defending them, it's definitely worth criticizing how incompetent this event was, especially if it sends some people to the hospital, but I just think it's interesting to...
If they weren't, like, abiding by, like, bog standard food safety standards, then they do definitely deserve to be critiqued. Like, definitely. It may... From what I've gathered thus far, it does just seem like they were quite negligent. Maybe like the storage and stuff. Genuinely an upsetting photo of takoyaki. Was that what that was? Takoyaki. Okay. Not the Lavender Town music. Yeah, no, we're gonna get possessed through the screen.
Read out what they have to say. Perspective, you know? It's kind of like watching Nixon's resignation speech. They know they fucked up. The Deltarune Cafe was a failure. It was a failure where some people had a good time with some amazing attendees and incredible volunteers, but it did fail. We'd be remiss if we were to deny that in any way. This announcement is here to explain how and why things failed. what changes we plan on making to Sugar Packet to keep failures like this from happening again, and all of the methods we have to redress everyone's complaints. To start, all tickets are freely available for refund.
Okay,
Any
that's
attendee
good.
who feels
I was just thinking that, like, would they offer refunds for this? That's good. That's very good.
as though they did not get the experience they paid for, whether that was because of the last-minute pushing back of the reservations for the missing menu items or the service received.
Okay.
Attendees can fill out the form below and enter their name, order number, as well as why they would like a refund. This final question is entirely optional, just so that we can gather more feedback. Refunds will be granted regardless of the reason.
Okay, that's good. That's good. The fact that they're like very willing and open to just offer refunds, regardless of like reason or not, that's cool. This genuinely hurts me to see. I would love to see this flourish. I genuinely try rebooting this as an official business if it would be profitable. I'm currently majoring in business management. Or like, yeah, that is, again, like, it just screams of people who were... They may have like never done something like this before, and the scope just ran away.
Cafe, there was also a specific issue with the Fanta item, the pricing of which ended up being changed because of a change in what we were serving. This was not communicated to attendees or servers, leading to confusion and people paying more than what they expected. $7 refunds have already been sent to everyone who purchased Fanta using card.
What is Fanta? What is Fanta? Yeah, at least they are better than 80% of companies in this regard. Well, yeah, like, I think it's cool that they're, like, very open. It's cool that they're being transparent about this. Like, I think that is a, that is a good thing. The fact that they're being seemingly quite open about this. Now, there might be, like, lots of information that I don't know, and it turns out that this is, like, a massive fucking, like, pulling the wool over my eyes. Like, I see that this person is saying, everyone who is accepting this apology and praising them for taking accountability, the bare minimum, are saying, oh, I can't wait to go to your next event. It'll be much better. Unhinged. When people get sick due to the negligence, seafood will... Oh, was it seafood? Oh, shit. Oh, Fanta. What? Why is it PH? Fanta's with an F. Isn't it? Fanta is a drink in Deltarune. Oh. Yeah, well, I know what Fanta is, but I thought it was like something else with PH. I know what like orange Fanta is, the orange drink. Yeah, well, why is it PH? I know what Fanta is.
This was the most notable instance of other complaints about overcharges and double payments. If this ever happened to you, please fill out the form below with your order number, what you were charged too much for, and your e-transfer if you paid in cash. As for the artist alley and hangout room, besides issues of overcrowding and poor crowd control, which is nothing to ignore, there were many issues with our pre-order system and the general purchasing.
Yeah, that does seem like the rooms we were talking about earlier. It does seem like they were quite small, and if you have lots of people, overcrowding is a massive problem. Like, not just from... I mean, A, it would be really hard, but, like, B, people can get hurt. I'd be worried about, like, the artists, like, their stuff. It might be, like, trampled on, destroyed. People might even, like, steal stuff. That is an unfortunate thing that can happen. Not just from... like artists, but people might be like pickpocketed too if there's like lots of people going around. Like, I know that this is the type of thing that I imagine lots of people would go wearing cosplay. And I'm not too sure about like the pocket situation in cosplay, or like if they'd be carrying around bags, but that is also just like, next thing you know, like there's like one or two guys who like find out about this event going on, so they pretend to like be Deltarune fans just to go to like steal phones and shit. Yeah, it just, again, it just screams of people who were willfully unprepared of what's going on. What are we watching? So there was a recent like cafe fan convention for like Deltarune, and lots of people got very ill. I don't want to find out what's going on.
Our systems for merch ordering did not include...
Rule number 1 of the Deltarune Cafe, we don't talk about the Deltarune Cafe.
Organizing the AA booth in such a way where artists would be easily and quickly accessible, and this led to an already long line being painfully slow, as well as inaccuracies with orders/prices. For anyone who made any kind of purchase with which they had some sort of issue, please fill out the refund form above with your order number and a description of what was wrong with your order, both for pre-orders and for purchases made on the spot. As for pre-orders that were not picked up, we are offering compensatory mandatory free delivery for all outstanding pre-orders. Again, you can fill out the form linked above that and provide us with your shipping information in the associated optional section. All of this is just a fraction of the stuff that went wrong. There will be further announcements and FAQs responding to specific concerns and pieces of feedback. We are also putting up a formal complaints and feedback form. While we address everything, we want to put these forms out there so people have some method of redress. Refunds will start coming out tomorrow. If we ever do another fan event again, it won't be for some time, and not without more logistical planning and time beforehand. We can't ever do enough to undo all of the ways we failed as organizers for this event, but we'll do all we can. But know that is with us the issues all came from. However volunteers may have behaved or whatever mistakes they may have made from time to time only comes back to us and how we informed, trained, and prepared them for the event. Without them and our incredible servers, this disaster would be 10 times more of one, and we are eternally grateful to them. This isn't the final word on this event and how we're going to make up for it after the fact, but it's the first real step we wanted to take. We hope it means something. So yeah, everything went wrong. So what was the issue with the Deltarune Cafe? At least from what I've—
So it just screams that everything just went fucked. It all went wrong. Everything that could have possibly went fucked up, it was just destroyed. Like, everything went wrong. Beak, do you know about Green Pirate Goster and the hometown? But no, I don't know what any of that is, Jevil. Hi, Beak, congrats on your engagement. If you had a prophecy, what would it say? I'd have to, I don't know. I really have to think about that. We could probably revisit that in the next little thing I want to do here. It all went wrong. Goster poisoned the food. Yeah, exactly. Image underscore, people ate image underscore friend and got very sick.
So far in the video, from the perspective of Sugar Packet. Well, I just read them all out, so there's no point in re-summarizing. It was poorly and competently run. It was in a college instead of a venue, and you didn't anticipate Deltarune fans being Deltarune fans. Like, they aren't even that bad. I know a lot of people like to say they are, but on the fandom reputation spectrum, they are at the very worst middling in behavior. Like, they'll behave if you have a good event. They're genuinely not that bad in comparison to other fandoms, so ending up like this is just pure incompetence on the part of Sugar Packet. Yes, they admitted responsibility, and I genuinely believe they are trying their best to resolve any issues, but you gotta admit, getting everything that could have gone wrong go wrong is impressive. There's a reason this is being cited as the DashCon for Deltarune fans.
Yeah, it is just very, very what probably happened was that these guys, or whoever the event organizers, it's probably like, oh no, it's not me, I like my mates, and we're like, no, this would be cool, let's like have a bunch of people around to like talk about Deltarune and that type of stuff. And there was probably like no concrete, to sound like a proper I did business at university, there's probably no like vision, mission, and goal statement where they're like, okay, this is what we want to do, this is how we're gonna accomplish it, and then like this is like what we aim to get from it. Yeah, it just, when you're willfully unprepared for this kind of thing, and I've never heard of like a fan cafe kind of thing before. It sounds like college students were in over their head. Yeah, well, exactly. Again, it sounds like if I and like my mates were like, okay, let's just like do this thing together, and like we decided to do it in a day. And I also wonder, like, if it gets into the cooking side of thing, like, who was doing the cooking? Was it them? Or was it like an outsourced business or something like that? Did they vet them properly? Did they look at their like past events and that type of stuff? Like, what happened with them?
I like the saying DashCon Deltarune, but I think Dashtarune.
What is that? What is DashCon? Aren't fan cafes common? They might be. They're not common where I live though. They aren't common where, well, I mean, I live in South Africa, like, nothing's really common here. Like, we don't get these things here, we don't, it's really shit, it's really quite crap, especially where I live. But what is DashCon? Let me know what that is in chat.
It's also a pretty good nickname for what happened here. So we got the perspective of the organizers, but how about the people who went there? The
Tumblr convention. Okay, is this the secret boss? Yeah, no, it is. The Deltarune Cafe is the secret boss.
They have a more positive perspective on things.
Oh, was that the dodgy food?
How about the people who went there? Did they have a more positive perspective on things?
Ooh. Is this the evil, ominous ass food? What is... Someone said this is takoyaki or whatever it is. What is that? What am I looking at here? Because this just kind of looks like, I don't know. It kind of looks like camel testicles. Is it meant to look like this? Octopus. This is meant to be octopus. Really? Fried octopus. I've never had anything like this before. I've forgotten man's eggs. Yeah. Yeah, no, look, right? This doesn't look well prepared at all. It actually looks really undercooked. Well, like this one over here looks burnt. And then these ones are, ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't, Yeah, I don't know. If I was presented with this, I don't know if I'd be brave enough to eat it. This might be a situation like where it's like, I don't know. It's like, oh yes, it's gonna be. Oh no, it's like, oh what's that? Oh yes, it's like when you're doing a shot that you really don't want to do. It's like, and you like throw it over your shoulder. Takoyaki is actually peak food. Really recommend it. Okay, well then, is this good takoyaki here? Is it good takoyaki? Or can you see that this is like the food of ominousness and peril and sickness? Looking at this. Because I know for a fact that underprepared seafood is really bad. Like, when it comes to food that you don't want to eat dodgy, it just looks like some shit papyrus in Canuck. Yeah. But, like, it just, yeah. That doesn't look very, very good. That doesn't, yeah, this, God, it doesn't look nice at all. I don't know what that sauce is meant to be. I mean, if you told me this was like a dessert of some kind with like caramel drenched over it, then it's okay. But the fact that this is meant to be seafood, I don't know, and you would bite it and it would taste a bit dodgy and it probably smells not that nice in an enclosed space. I don't know. Probably smells a bit evil in there, and when people get, like, you know, food poisoning, they like to cotch, but they also like to, you know, poo. There's probably poo coming out of bumholes, and it's just, oh, this is a recipe for disaster here.
I first heard about this event through this tweet, and I pretty much agree with most of the opinions here. It was unprofessional, disastrous, and dangerous. This fucking food picture, bro.
Yeah, this is evil as. Thanks for the seafood poisoning can kill you. Poor victims. It can. Unprepared seafood, especially, is really bad. Like, on a scale of like, okay, what would I eat if it was a little bit dodgy? Moldy bread, not really the best thing to eat, but we probably all eat it unsuspectingly. That's not good. Meat, really bad. I ended up in hospital for eating really dodgy lasagna the one time. That wasn't fun. I felt like I was gonna die. Horrible experience. But underprepared seafood is bad. It is really, really bad. It's just so bad. It's just so, Jesus Christ, how do they serve those? Well, that's the thing. Like, this, honestly, this doesn't look like it was made fresh. And it doesn't look like it was made on site either. This looks like something that, unless I'm wrong, it looks like they bought it from somewhere. And the cold chain somewhere along the way got broken if it was frozen and it got to room temperature and it was just left like sweat and like just exist in its own juices and like all like the E. coli and like all like the germs and bacteria. Like, I'm going to infect your belly. Like,
I don't think Green would have been serving any of this shit, bro. You know, it actually makes sense.
No, that
said it's
happen.
A 6-soul service because all the souls from Undertale were, you know, children. This looks like something a child would make. Like, the way this was described sounds like it's a fancy cafe experience, but having this served on paper plates and the
No, fucking hell, if I was in that room and it's like really, really sweaty, like Michael, don't leave me here. Let me out, please. I don't want to be here, please. Please help me. Like, fucking hell. It's sad because everyone probably just feels terrible after this event. Well, yeah, the sick people, but also the people who, Actually, you know what? Fucking hell, if I went there and I didn't eat this and everybody else got sick, I'd feel like, oh my god, like, Please, I'd go to the casino. I'd go to the casino, genuinely. Like, give me a scratch ticket. I'll play the lotto. I'll dodge the bullet there.
Drinks being served like this, I've genuinely seen better eating experiences.
Okay, yeah, that just looks like... I mean, that's just what? Like a cup that you play beer pong in with a bit of grape Fanta in it.
In like jazz band practice meetups where we would buy from this Italian catering place and eat with silverware and plates, bro. Not any of this canteen cafeteria bullshit. I feel I'm being a bit harsh here, but the way this was advertised as a cafe experience when the actual food is that, and another reason
this looks like food that like, me and my friends would cook up at like 3 in the morning. Like, we'd be like, I'm so hungry, I need to eat something. And you go to like the back of the freezer and you pull out something and like fight you. It's like, no, don't let me go, no. And then it's like, come on. And you put it in the fucking microwave and everything. And then it tastes like regret. I can imagine as soon as those guys ate that. Oh my god. You could, like, as soon as you have that, like, first one, you could probably feel, ugh, it's so good. Green would be very disappointed in all of this. Yes, I agree. Like, genuinely, yeah, food poisoning sucks. It really, really does. Even Papyrus makes better food than this. Yeah. Like, like what? And he's fucking... His spaghetti's frozen. Like,
being a bit harsh here is because people were food poisoned and had to be rushed to the hospital, bro.
Yes, yeah.
The takoyaki was straight up made by normal NPC. He poisoned them. I'm gonna refer to this doc by Cass, which I found through this tweet. I'll leave this in the description if you want to read
W food poisoning.
I'm just gonna go through the highlights. So according to this doc, which was provided by anonymous attendees, vendors, and volunteers and compiled by Cass, in the cafe and food issues section, there were general concerns if anyone had any actual
This is what I want to find out about. Concerns over how food was handled and distributed, and concerns about if anyone had actual cooking training. The kitchen had absolutely no supervision, and servers were extremely overwhelmed due to the poor organization for serving. Well, like, there was 5 of them. Like, there was 5 people. There was 5 people, and, like, if you got people who, like, they're overwhelmed, yeah, but they've got, like, no culinary experience. You need, like, a catering group of people to do this. But if this is just like a bunch of like friends and their mates, this is just a recipe for disaster, man.
Training on how to cook. The kitchen had no supervision and servers were overwhelmed due to the poor organization, being advertised as a pseudo maid cafe with a Deltarune Chapter 5 theme.
Concerns over how staff may have not had any security in an unsafe situation due to it being a maid cafe with high... What's a maid cafe? That's not like they were all like running around in like maid outfits. Was it? What's a maid cafe? Can someone enlighten me? Can someone... the man with the peak will say W, then food poisoning. Okay, what is a maid cafe? Can someone enlighten me? Can someone enlighten me what a maid cafe is? Please? What is that? What is that meant to be? Cafe with maids. But like, what is a cafe with maids? What does that mean? Heart-themed cafe. Oh, okay. Cafe where all the servers are dressed as maids. Okay.
There was a lot of concern for security. Okay. AKA if there was any security at all in the event.
You need security for like this type of stuff. They serve you. But like, if it's just someone serving you, that's just like a waiter. Yeah, but like, the fact that there was no security here either, like...
And the store-bought food.
Food quality was disappointing, resembling store-bought bar food. $7 for a small handful of fries with no condiments. Basic food, drink, and consistency, such as lemonade coming out in 3 completely different shades. Ooh. Financial discrepancies, including being double charged and system pricing errors. This isn't very good. Like, oh my, why? It's like one guy's lemonade is gonna look really hydrated, and the other's gonna be like so dehydrated. It's not even funny. Yeah, it's just what happened with the food poisoning. If they bought it from the shops or like a wholesaler, then it probably the cold chain got fucked and everyone got sick.
Charged at higher prices than what was advertised, was not chilled at all throughout the event. Some claim
food was all frozen, heated with an air fryer, or cooked on a griddle. Nah, you can't do fucking seafood in an air fryer. Nah, you can't do that. Nah. 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 You can't fucking air fry seafood. You can't be doing that. No, you can't, because it won't do the inside properly. Or cooked on a griddle. I mean, okay, that makes more sense if you're doing like, you can do like seared prawns and like that type of shit. The food was not chilled throughout the event. Oh, fuck, wait. Was the seafood just like left out? Food bags were left on a table in an obviously worn room. Oh, that's really bad. Oh my god. Like, again, like, you said it personally, Gru. How do people not have basic cooking knowledge? Like, this is the thing. I understand if you've never done an event like this, but I'm an idiot. And even I know that you need to put seafood on ice. You're like, oh my god, they are cooking straight poison. They are brewing evil broths in this location. With all the people around, the ventilation's probably really bad. Actual biohazard. Yep, you know in Resident Evil, which one? 7, where Ethan Winters, when he's eating that terrible food. Do you reckon that's what's going on here? Huh? I think the people running it were just plain stupid. This is like criminally negligent. He was stirring shit in a kettle, making straight poo. Like, literally, like, he was cooking up evil. Like, oh my god, this is so bad.
Said that it was all previously frozen and cooked with either an air fryer or griddle. Some claim safe food bags were left in warm areas. Yeah, you don't do that when you're serving seafood.
Yeah, no shit, it looks like this. This probably hasn't been cooked. This has just been warmed by the ambient room temperature.
So yeah, the food made people...
Oh my god. But at least one person is going to the hospital today since they are still puking, and multiple people have food poisoning, including fevers, which is pretty severe. Multiple people going to urgent care. Oh my god,
and there was a lot of food poisoning reports. Let's read Sugar Packet's response to that. Deltarune Fan Cafe announcement regarding food poisoning. That's gotta be a new sentence. We have received multiple reports of foodborne illnesses after the event.
In particular from... Hey, thanks for the £2, making more S-poison than Spamton cells. True!
Takayaki. For a full explanation you might be able to give to your practitioner to narrow down the issue.
Oh my god! So if you were ill, this is what caused it.
Takoyaki was stored. The takoyaki was stored in an icebox to thaw and then served after...
Yeah, but like also, if it's not a proper fridge or freezer or anything like that, right? If it's just stored in like a cooler box or an ice box, like, yeah, okay, like it will keep it cold. But if it's there for 7 hours and you're not topping up your ice, brother, that shit's just gonna melt, and then it's gonna be floating around in its evil ass E. coli juices. They're just whipping up straight evil in this place. That is insane. They had only left the freezer that morning for the first... Holy shit.
They had only left the freezer that morning for the first batch and that afternoon around 4 p.m. for the second. Bags were removed from the cooler only when they were being made and swapped between shifts. The frozen takoyakis that were bought were already fully cooked before being frozen. Our research said that thawing them in a fridge and serving within 24 hours afterwards was safe, but we apologize. That is not the standard.
Okay, but then they're saying here that the food was cooled properly, but then the reports were that it was all just like lying out, and you'd be walking around like, oh, what's next to that? I don't know, Lance's dad body pillow. Oh, it's the takoyaki. Look, you can buy it. It's just out, leaking. Like, so I wonder what actually happened here.
You all were looking for. We will fully compensate any bills associated with any possible foodborne symptoms through the cafe refund form, which is linked in our bio. For anyone unaware on how to report food safety concerns / violations, it's through this Toronto public health form. You can also put your information into a form linked in our Discord server's announcements to report as a group. We take full responsibility for whatever legal challenges might come our way and deeply apologize that our negligence led to sickness. Thank you. Here are a few...
Yeah, bro, people need basic cooking lessons in school. But like, the thing is too, it's like, I don't know,
tweets I found showcase
it is just common sense that like you don't want you can't leave food out like this. It's just it's so
what the food generally looked like, and someone just straight up saying they got food poisoning.
Oh my god, wait, was that the inside of...
Tweets I found showcasing what the food generally looked like, and...
Ooh, that's just so undercooked in the... That's raw! It's raw! Look in the middle of that shit. Oh my god. That, like, oh god, that looks fucking vile. That looks disgusting. Look at the middle of that shit. Oh my god, that's making me feel nauseous and I'm not even the one with it in my mouth. Brother, you can't be serving this food. No ways. It looks like cookie dough. Yeah, it looks like your cookies and your muffins aren't finished. No, that's really bad. Like, come on, guys. Like, no. That is disgusting. That's vile.
Someone just straight up saying they got food poisoned. You think the Deltarune fan...
Also, this is just, like, piss in a cup. Like, what the fuck? And this, I mean, okay, like, the top one looks okay. It does, I don't know, it doesn't look particularly appetizing. You can't really fuck up drinks, though. Guess who got food poisoning from the evil takoyaki? Also, here's 2 blueberry yellow lemonades.
Who ate the normal NPC cooked takoyaki turned green like Toby Fox in that one live stream once they arrived to urgent care, because Jesus Christ. Let's look at the artists and the general organization of the event. Again, I'm gonna be using this doc from Cass. So apparently the whole event was delayed by 3 hours and...
Oh fuck, and keep in mind, they probably bought the takoyaki that morning. Okay, I don't know why it's delayed, but if they bought it that morning, that's also a 3-hour hold time on the food. Which just extends, oh god.
Closed at 6 p.m. Now that's probably good because that means less people got poisoned, but that wasn't very good for the
close early
the independent artists trying to get their name.
Yo, that's kind of scummy. Like, I just imagine like everyone was like puking and like dropping on the
name out there and their merch sold. They were promised a full 7 hours of exposure / buying period for the merch they gave, but instead got 3. The ability to order
yeah, like that's kind of fucked up. If you've told people you can sell your shit for X amount of hours, but they're like, actually, after 3, we're sorry, no, sorry, we're closing. Like, no, that's really fun.
Merch from the cafe was cancelled because of course it was. I already thought that was strange and impractical. There's a reason why...
Yeah, well, the merch probably got sick too, which is why it couldn't arrive.
Temmie stand and normal NPC stand during the festival are far, far away from each other, okay? Everything was set up the day of, which was probably why the 3-hour delay at the start happened, and that code...
Yeah, again, this is reeks of incompetence. If they set up everything that morning... Yeah, this is just like a bunch of guys like thinking that something's cool, and then they just like, oh god, this is really bad, guys. This is really, really bad. This is really, 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 really bad. This is so bad.
Was just
this
not
is so bad.
They just laid the merch out there without any signage for their codes.
And again, too, like, as an artist, right? Like, if I was an artist, I suck at drawing, which is why I commission my thumbnails. But if I would be, like, so not cool with my art just being like this here. Because anybody can come along and just like, oh, okay, you see that? Like, oh, you see this this tenor keychain? Oh, what? Oh, sorry, no, where's it gone? I don't know. I think I saw a guy over there take it. Like, it's just like really, 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 really bad. 1 hour of react slop. Hey, we're getting there. Don't worry. And also the room just doesn't look clean. Like, oh my
anyone could just steal them. They switched up the order system too, leading to confusion and lines that would last over 2 hours until you were told, sorry, we're shutting down now. And the pre-orders, the easiest thing to not mess up, was also messed up. The pre-orders weren't packaged beforehand, so the merch stock was just in piles in the corner.
That's so bad.
Staff had to just arrange things again the day of, and the pre-orders had missing items that attendees and proxies had to catch on the spot.
Do I have any Deltarune merch? Nah, I don't. I'm buying the bootleg shit at the end of the month. But as for official stuff from Fangamer, no, I don't
Possible way to buy the merch from these artists was just botched and butchered. It's like all the budget went into advertising how cool the event could be when they could have at least spent like a couple hours just managing the pre-orders a few days before. Let's talk about how the event was organized, except we really don't have to because all the organization can be summarized with this one point in this section of the doc. Staff screamed so loud that it caused...
No way, holy fuck. Dude, imagine having food poisoning and you just hear stuff be like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck? It's like, oh my god. This is just such a fuck up. Holy, this is so bad. People screaming, fucking explosions going off. Like, what the fuck? People on the ground being like, oh, kill me, please. Oh my, this is so fucking bad.
Others to feel unsafe and panic. And the subpoint, some non-attendees had to mediate the situation by providing comfort to those who were affected.
Oh, and attendees. Wait, some non-attendees had to mediate the situation by providing comfort to those who were affected. Well, like lecturers at the university or like random people going to classes. It's like, oh my god, I have accounting now and I'm fucking bricking myself because I don't know how to like equalize my CRJ, CPJ, whatever it is. And now I need to fucking... And then Lancer Deltarune is in a ball in the corner going like, oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. You have to fucking just comfort him. Oh my god. What a fuck up. This is a biblical fuck up. Worse than that Willy Wonka attraction. Yeah, exactly. But at least it had something funny come from it, which was like, oh god, it's the unknown. There's just... horror stemming from this.
Jesus Christ. Of course, the whole thing was overcrowded. It took place in 2 college rooms. That's just not where you hold fan events. You're advertising as a pretty big deal. And there's a lot of scummy stuff in this doc relating to profit, like making money off the photo booth made by different event organizers. The organizers of Despite...
Wait, what? The organizers made the profit from the photo booth despite not having anything to do with it. Okay, that's just theft is what that is. The organizers behind Despite Everything made and manned it the entire day. It was supposed to be a collaboration. Okay, so they just stole money. Allegedly, don't sue me.
Everything Toronto specifically,
okay,
another Deltarune fan event. And servers not getting breaks and...
Servers will not give a... 11 to 9, 10 hours of labor. Ontario labor laws state that you are entitled to 30 minutes of break over a 10-hour period. However, due to them being unpaid and volunteers, this may be voided. However, from a health perspective, this is dangerous. However, kitchen staff were given hour break. Well, what fucking kitchen staff? Because everything was undercooked. Huh? What? There was the... What the fuck?
Making $65 for each bag of poisonous
Was this official? No, it's a fan thing. It's a fan thing.
And people getting charged various different amount for things like they were in Spamton's shop. Bro, how did this just...
Yeah, well, I mean... Big shot moment. Can we get some big shot in chat?
Genuinely happen.
The aftermath.
So the 2 posts by Sugar Packet after the event occurred, the one announcing its failure and the one about food poisoning, blew up pretty much everywhere, but one post kind of flew under the radar that I want to read out. A few updates on how we're adjusting things. Okay. All tickets purchased on Eventbrite have been refunded. If you have any continuing issues with refunds, please fill out the form linked in our previous post so we can address your case individually.
The refund thing.
But they should have gone through for all attendees. Secondly, an update on pre-orders. While initially we had hoped to still ship out the outstanding pre-orders, the amount that are yet to be done as well as the needs of the artists to have their remaining merch returned means we have no choice but to cancel and refunding all pre-orders which were not fulfilled. This is a corner we were backed into by nothing but our own negligence, overconfidence, and disorganization, and we were deeply apologetic both to artists excited to make sales before the event and attendees excited for what they ordered. If you have gotten your pre-order but are missing things from it, once again, please fill out the form. If you do not receive the refund for your pre-order within 2 weeks, once again, fill out the form. We apologize for any delays in refunds. However, we can only send out as many refunds as our e-transfer limits per day allow, and so we once again ask you to be patient.
Yeah, but again, this is just like, this event was big shit. Again, this is just, they were so willfully unprepared.
We're also automatically refunding all orders of takoyaki which were made by card, although we cannot do automatic refunds for anyone who paid with Google/Apple Pay or cash. This is another case where we ask people to fill out the refund form. Thank you for your patience and feedback. One thing that has become very clear is that the way in which we approach and run Sugar Packet, the scale and complexity of our events, does not suit the way we organize them. To introspect and consider if we even still want to do this and how we will change things if we decide to do so, Sugar Packet is officially going...
Listen, you guys need to like overhaul everything. Like, it's good that they're giving refunds and all that type of shit, but like, and it's good that they're going on hiatus for 10 months, but like, if you want to keep doing this every single day for those 10 months, you need to be thinking about, okay, like, what can we do here? How can we avoid the disaster of the past? First of all, you need security. And you need to store your food properly, and you need to make the event place look nice, and you need to have, you can't have like random people going to their lectures comforting Lancer Deltarune because he's having a meltdown because he's just puked his guts up because he's had some dodgy octopus. Come on, man.
Hiatus for 10 months. We will keep the Discord server open so people who made friends here can continue talking to them, and will continue to respond to refund.
But the Discord server remains open. Yes! Yes!
request for the form, but otherwise we are ceasing operations. Thank you for giving our 2 events their chances. We apologize.
Wait, 2 events? There were 2 events. I thought this was... Chat, there were 2 events. I thought this was just one thing. What, have they done multiple events? Did I miss that?
Apologize for wasting them. If you're looking for another UTDR...
That's the man who poisoned the food. W.D. Goster. Darker yet darker. If you're looking for another hangout opportunity, please check out. They ran the photo booth in the cafe and an exciting event in October. I mean, cool.
Please check out at despiteeverything.toronto. They ran the photo booth in the cafe and have an exciting event in October that is sure to be much more organized and better than this one. Not affiliated with Sugar Packet. And the post ends with Sugar Packet's own mascot, f***ing Snowgrave, bro. They Snowgrave.
I don't know what this means. Why the fuck is that penguin dead? He didn't do anything to deserve this.
Their own mascot. Update. While I'm doing the voiceover of this video, a new post release. Deltarune Fan Cafe announcement regarding harassment. All the disorganization and negligence that resulted in the outcome of the Deltarune Fan Cafe is solely the responsibility of Zane and Esther, the 2 organizers of the event. Please do not harass or send hate to any of the volunteers, artists, and everyone else in—
Yeah, well, that goes without saying. Like, don't, like, go harass these people. They made a very bad mistake. Were incredibly negligent. But like it doesn't
involved, as they had
no— why are people— Okay, why okay, people are shouting
any of this disaster.
Okay, I won't look at chat, I won't.
And that's that. I really want to believe that the whole event by Sugar Packet was genuinely done out of extreme incompetence instead of any actual ill will. Still, that incompetence doesn't really forgive how much things really went wrong. When I first started reading about this situation, it seemed the DashCon comparisons were a bit extreme, but upon researching everything I could find, this whole event kinda seems like a small-scale Deltarune DashCon, which might make it worse. Again, people were screaming at the event. I could not imagine how badly and stressful things might have gone for the art.
And it's such a shame too, because like, in future, right? In future, all of these events are just going to be marred. I think I said this earlier, but there's just going to be this like overlaying. Okay, well, don't have the food because you're going to get really ill. And that's really shitty to like other event organizers.
The staff, the volunteers, and the attendees that were all there hoping to have a fun moment and ended up genuinely having part of their love for UTDR kind of strained a bit because of this event. Like, yeah, the situation sucks and people were sent to the hospital. The whole situation is so bizarre and sad. Of course, the jokes are going to be inevitable. I mean, even the people who were there and food poisoned are making jokes about it. I've made jokes about it in this video, but again, I urge you to support the artists who didn't get what they were promised, to acknowledge the staff and volunteers that were absolutely exploited through this whole event, and hold the organizers accountable.
It's not the staff's fault. It's not their fault. Like John Garster, like manning the fucking door. It's not his fault. It's the event organizer's
and fill up those refund/response forms, but still remember, everyone in this situation is human. Again, I've left a link in the description of a list by Jazzy MS of the artists you should go out and support. This has been Elliot Online, and make sure to stay safe in the Greater Toronto area. I mean the place—
Yeah, don't eat the takoyaki in the Greater Toronto area. Good video though.